Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Peace be unto you all. Assalamu alaikum, Hotep. Habari Ghani, praise the Lord. I thank God for your lives and my life, and I'm appreciative of the fact that I woke up this morning above the ground and not below it. So we're here, and we don't judge the war by the casualties, do we? We know we're at a war. Our sister said it eloquently, and I thank God for her life and all those heroes and sheroes whose sisters and brothers we know of, whose shoulders that we stand on. Tomorrow we'll celebrate the life and the legacy of El Hajj Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X, who represented the personification of transformation, going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. He went in the cocoon called the federal penitentiary, state penitentiary. He went from not knowing to knowing. He came out of that cocoon ready to work, and he worked. You know, so I'm just here as a guest, but as your brother in the struggle to understand this, that this is a beautiful time to be alive on the planet Earth. The Creator is putting things in place. He's opening up our eyes. I really believe we're living in what we call revelation. Now, everybody that has eyes can't see, but I have this saying, sharpen your eye and tune your ear so you recognize what you see and understand what you hear. Mental and spiritual confusion produces dangerous and deadly consequences. But if you sharpen your eye and recognize what you see, and you tune your ear and understand what you hear, you'll know what time it is. You'll be able to understand what we're dealing with and how to be a part of the solution. I want to thank Brother Imam Paul Hassan, the A.M.E. Church, all the brothers and sisters here, and my sister, the Congresswoman, because see, good is not out-organized. Good is out-organized. It's not outnumbered. You see what I'm saying? The principalities that we're up against today, they're not more numerous than us. They're better organized. So what do we have to do? We got to get organized. And once we get organized and we collaborate and we mobilize, we have to coordinate our activities. We got to be just like the military, right? Yeah. So this weekend, man, is a beautiful weekend for me. The weather is great. God has delivered good weather. You understand? You know, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, we could be standing in some snow right now. So I appreciate that. But I also appreciate the fact that the Congresswoman is here with you all in this brother-to-brother breakfast, because that's what we're really talking about. How do we go from gangsterhood to brotherhood? How do we go from thug hoods to brotherhood? How do we go from self-destruction and programmed minds to self-construction and liberated minds? That's a process. That's why I just came from a foster parent summit with all foster parents of children who have been abandoned, who've been thrown away, who've been discarded, who've been abused verbally and physically, who have been contaminated with poison in the womb. How do we deal with that? Transformation. Deprogram and detox. You deprogram the mind and understand that the spirit is the most powerful thing in the universe. When God created us, He gave us something that is invaluable. It's the Spirit of God in us. What is inspiration? Break that word down. In spirit nation. In spirit nation. That means God has created a nation of human beings that He has put His personal breath in. Who can ask for more than that? I mean, can you ask for something bigger than that? Is there anything better than that? That has the Spirit of God within you? But see, we don't understand because we have not sharpened our eyes. We don't recognize what we see. The Spirit of God within me recognizes the Spirit of God within you. See, that's a spiritual eye there. That ain't a physical eye. Because what you see ain't what you get. It's what you don't see. You don't see this air you breathing, but you know it's there, don't you? Because if you close your nose and shut your mouth, I'm going to have to resuscitate you, ain't I? You know what I'm saying? So recognize what we seeing. That's the science of the invisible. You understand, when these street lights come on late on the night, we won't see the electricity that lights them up, but we know it's real. So why do we have a problem talking about spirituality? Why can't we talk about the spirit, brother? Why can't we talk about the soul, sister? Why can't we talk about the willpower, that which God has given us that allows us to resist the spirit of the devil? Resist the whisper of the devil. I ain't gonna call him a spirit, I'm just gonna call him whatever you wanna call him. You can call him Satan, you can call him Red, you can call him Shaitan, whatever you call him, we know he's negative, right? He don't mean us no good. He don't mean us no inspiration. He don't mean us no transformation. He don't need us. He doesn't mean us to be detox. He wants us to be toxic. So how do we deal with that? Brotherhood. Brotherhood supplants gangsterism. I can't do it by myself. He can't do it by himself. She can't do it by herself. So we gotta be clicked up, a positive posse. I talked to the foster parents as I close out today, and they said, you know, we got all these gangs, we got all these cliques. I said, well, look, they got a negative posse, you get a positive posse.
Right.
So that's positive posse. We had the foster parents positive posse. So I said, y'all the FPP. Y'all the foster parents positive posse. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna be. So hey, that's good being organized. Now you're not outnumbered and you're not out-organized. So you go in and deal with that whisper of self-sabotage. Tell them about that whisper. Tell them where it comes from. Understand there's nothing wrong but talking about how do you deal with evil. How do you deal with negativity? If you don't define it, how can you aim at it and let people know what it is you're trying to deal with? Am I making sense to y'all? Does this make sense? I didn't say nothing about this is a Christian thing. This ain't no Jewish thing. This ain't no Muslim thing. This is a human thing.
That's right, man.
And the human thing is based upon the spiritual thing. And the spiritual thing is based upon the divine thing. And once we connect all these dots, we cannot lose. So all the naysayers, all the doubters, all the people who have invested hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from the debacle on Wall Street that this sister has pointed out a long time ago.
That's right.
All that Wall Street stuff that is taking money and put it in prison systems as opposed to school systems, had taken hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars from these lobbying groups, you understand, that want us to invest in militarism as opposed to human growth and development. Taking millions of dollars and putting in the hands of people who own private corporations that want to do everything to undermine the family with music and lyrics from rappers that don't know who they are, what they are, why they are. You got a fake Rick Ross who weigh about 500 pounds, know he need to be on a diet. That's not even his name. His name ain't Rick Ross. You understand? He's the fake Rick Ross. Lil Wayne with tattoos all over his face.
Tell like it is.
Nicki Minaj, I ain't gonna let the females off. I don't know whether looking her right eye or left eye. She's so that all of that stuff. And you know what? They ain't even playing a real game.
You're right.
They work for corporations that are invested in that Lorain prison down the street. A privately owned prison. The privately owned prison is owned by the record companies. You want to rap for me? You ain't gonna talk about getting off drugs. I want you to talk about drugs. You want to rap for me? I don't want you talking about taking something that's gonna make you healthy. I want you to tell them take some Molly. You want to rap for me? Go and tell them just pull your dress up and dance and do like you want to do. If you want to rap for me. Because where does that end up sending these brothers and sisters? To the penitentiary or an early grade or a substance abuse program that you running. So we know what we're up against. It's principalities. If you don't believe in it, that's all right. But I know I'm amongst the believers. I know you know there's a difference between good and evil. I know you know ain't no match between God and the devil. That ain't even no match. So we on God's side. So what do we say? Let's continue to do this work. Lorain, there's nobody that can stop you when you with God's posse. There's no army that can vanquish you. You can't lose. Just don't judge the war by the casualties. We're gonna lose some, but we don't really lose them. Because God is a merciful God. And he might transform them at the blinking of an eye. How many times have we seen young men that we thought was never going to turn around? Then you see them walking down the street with their wife, the children, walking up right to be, whoa, what happened, man? And I got tired of you telling me about all that stuff. I got it together. You know? Or you run across a brother that you ran into right before he went to the penitentiary. Right before he stepped on that bus, shackled up. And you see him 5 years later. Got a job, doing good. That could just be that one little thing that you said. That one little thing that you gave them that inspired them later on. Hey, I didn't hear you then, but I understood you later. And as a result of that, you got a product at the end of the process. I close by saying this, brother. Yes. I go fishing, and I get a nice big fat worm and put it on that hook, and I throw it in the water, and I get a hit. When I shake it around and pull it out, It don't come out filleted between a sesame seed bun with tartar sauce, lettuce, and tomatoes ready to eat. Am I right? That don't come out like that. That fish got to go through a process. When I go to these assembly lines or Ford, you know what I'm saying? It's a chassis on it. Come on now, you hear me? I know you hear me. You understand? And I got a Lexus or an Escalade on that assembly line. And then somebody put some Volkswagen tires on there. You know, ain't nothing right with that. It goes out a little further, and the chassis is for a Lexus or Escalade, but they got a Malibu, which I'm driving out there. They put the Malibu on the top. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm supposed to have surround sound with TVs all up in the thing, air conditioning. You can smell, and you ain't got to say nothing. Just talk to the radio to turn the channel. Now, on all that, at the end of it, you got some rusted fenders. The top don't work. The moon roof don't go back. Now what happens? There's something wrong in that process. But on the assembly line, they got inspectors, Miss Captain. You know what I'm saying? Watch that chassis come a little further out. This guy with a little notebook. Wait a minute. You got the right wheels on that? Man, that's some Volkswagen. Take them wheels off of that thing. Put the Escalade wheels on there. All right, the union say, oh, okay, move it on down. Then you go down a little further. What kind of seat you got in there? Oh, man, come on now. That ain't no Escalade seats. Them Toyota seats. Take them seats out of there and put them on down over there. All right, you deprogram, you detox it. Oh, my God. Look at that radio system. That ain't the Bose. That ain't that new one that Dr. Dre put together. Take that radio out. Detox it. Put the real radio. Then at the end of the assembly line, you got a finished product. And the inspector stands there, and he won't let that car go until everything is tight. That's rites of passage.
That's right.
That's how you become men and women.
That's what
you don't wake up a man, do you? You don't wake up a woman. We got brothers walking around now 60 years old, they're still boys.
That's right. That's right.
They still want to play with toys all day.
That's right.
They never made it to manhood because that's a process. Now, we want to solve this problem. There's an answer to every question, and there's a solution to every problem. Everything that I talked about just now is symptoms. The real problem is they don't know who they are.
That's right.
They don't know what they are.
That's right.
And they definitely don't know why they are.
That's right.
And so how can they know what they're going to be? It's a mystery to me, but it's not to you. Every church, every mosque, every synagogue, every center that deals with young males must put them through rites.
That's right.
The females, come on. There's a difference between a girl and a woman. All old girls ain't women. You got some old girls walking around here. That don't make them women. Because women take responsibility for what they do and what they bear. Meaning what comes out of their womb. So as we close out today, I hope that I gave you a little dessert. Because I know you feeding it back. Remember now, the Spirit of God within me recognize the Spirit of God within you. That's science.